I do believe we are ready to go here with Bugsnax, all bosses, base game co-op with Limga and Conception. It's going to be a time. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Limga SSB, rhythm game enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I've
All right,
been
I think
told
we're good.
mic active.
Yeah. So, yes, welcome. I don't know what was heard and what wasn't, but I'm just going to start over. So, hi.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bugsnax. My name is Conception, and I'm joined by my good friend, Lemmy, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, hi, I'm Limga SSB. I like Smash Brother. I also like Bugsnax, and we're playing Bugsnax, so
What's the better game, be honest?
Bugsnax easily.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate
That's
Smash Bros.
Exactly the right answer. I said be honest, but if you said Smash Bros, I might have left. So, yes, welcome to Bugsnax. Yeah, so this category, it's co-op, all bosses. Co-op is technically in quotes. We're not playing on the same file. That's not possible in this game. Basically, what we're going to be doing is two independent files where the combination of those two independent files complete all of the boss fights in the game of this category. So while we're doing a co-op, we're actually going to be doing two completely different things at all times, pretty much. So it makes for a pretty interesting time.
Yeah, it's super cool. The files that we pick don't really matter, but you know, it's just for the colors. We're just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do red, but I'm not gonna actually do red.
Yeah, we know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
In a real sense, when you're running this game, time starts when the cutscene kind of loads in, but that makes it hard for marathon. So you want to just do a time from new game?
Yeah, time from new game.
Okay, so let us get started then. If you're ready, Lemmy.
I'm so ready.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so the beginning of this game is going to look very similar for both of us. We're both going to do an intro skip where we skip a massive cutscene as well as all of the intro quests that we need to do in this first area by walking out of bounds and jumping on the surrounding geometry to go over a loading zone. Then we're going to be into a second area called Garden Grove, which we will both be doing the same way as well. And then after that is where it really starts to split up. Missed the jump. Feels bad.
I also missed the jump.
Cool. That first jump is very difficult. It requires very precise location and timing of the jump. But missing it only loses like a second to 2 seconds at most. So we have a very quick backup. Not a big deal. So we're going to be jumping on rock here. And then we're going to jump over this bush. A couple of pillar-type rocks on the side. We're going to use that to get up on this and jump over the loading zone. Skipping a massive cutscene and a bunch of quests.
I missed it. Okay. I get to talk about this now. Yeah, this is areola jump I have to do.
Oh, yeah. Tell them.
I did it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a backup where you jump on the sign and then use the peak of the mountain, which we affectionately call the areola, to line up your jump and then jump over the loading zone instead of having to go on the the surrounding areas.
Yeah, it's not faster, but it's like a pretty cool, easy backup.
Yeah, if you can do it first try without like hesitating on setup, it's close to the same amount of length as the regular jump, but you have to get it first try, and it's definitely harder to do that. I'm going to try something difficult, see if I can get it. It's there somewhere. Nope, couldn't get it. Maybe you can get Fast Rider, hopefully.
Got it for first try.
Let's go. So yeah, that trick, what we're trying to do, we're calling that Fast Rider there. We basically, instead of capturing the Frider in the quote-unquote intended way, what we're doing there is shoving a trap through the floor and capturing it from above, which is very unusual, but it's the fastest way to catch it. Otherwise, you kind of have to lure it down like I just did because I missed the trick. But it is very difficult to do because not only is it cycle-based as to where the fighter is, but you also have to jump on the trap and get it at the proper angle for it to be able to be caught. So easier said than done, but the backup...
I thought I missed the last shrug. I'm so
yeah.
close to missing it.
But the backup for that is pretty fast anyway. So luckily enough, we have some difficult tricks in this game, but the backups or the alternatives are very fast as well. So we don't have to worry about it too much. The rest of this is essentially just tutorial-like stuff. We're going to walk over to an area, meet another character who's going to give us kind of an outline of our pause menu / journal. So not too much going on there. Once we get past, you know, those Bugsnax catches. If you're wondering what Bugsnax are in general, by the way, which you might be like, you know, what is this game exactly that I'm watching? So Bugsnax, it's right in the name. They are bugs and then they are snacks at the same time. So they are creatures that look like food and are edible, by the way. As you could have probably see when we fed them to our blue boy Wambus. We fed it to him and then his limbs turned into the bug snack that he ate, which is probably concerning, but we're not going to worry about that.
Yeah, nothing bad can happen from that.
No, definitely not.
Nothing at all.
Also worth mentioning, I didn't look at the layout exactly to see what is mentioned as well. Limmy is playing on the PC version. I am playing on the PS5 version. It is essentially just preference. There is not really much between the versions. The main differences are that, you know, since I'm playing on controller and Limmy's playing on keyboard and mouse, you can change your like mouse bindings and stuff like that, so that Limmy is able to skip text faster than I am because I'm just mashing with the controller. And because of that, it might make for slightly more favorable cycles because it's ever so slightly faster. And then the other main difference is, of course, we can do loadless time when on the leaderboard with PC versions and not console versions. So other than that, all the tricks work on every system, and yeah, it's all the same. So it's a pretty accessible speedrun.
There's actually one small difference I noticed playing on the Mac version as opposed to the PC version.
Ooh, okay.
And in the intro, when Lambus is giving you the net, there's like one extra like line of text that you can't skip.
Huh. That is odd.
It's like the line before, like, woozly and vulnerable. It's like, it's really funny.
That is very, very strange. Interesting. Now our paths are going to be diverging. We both had to talk to our good boy Philbo and give him a slight interview. We are a journalist. We're here to investigate the island and Bugsnax. That's kind of our purpose. So we do a quick little conversation, but now our paths are completely divergent from here. Yeah,
we just did 2 completely different skips, and now we're just going to be doing our own thing.
Yep.
But Conception definitely has like the harder route at the beginning too.
Yeah, these tricks are a little bit difficult, especially for me. But of course, I get the super launch first try, which we love. Yeah, so I get access right now to a tool called the Launchpad, which is it's called the Lunchpad. It's a launch pad, but lunch because it's food. And how the lunch pad works is if you stand on it because you're like a humanoid creature, you're pretty heavy, which alters the trajectory of how far you can launch things. But things that are lighter, you can launch like full distance. However, if you time it out roughly, where you are flinging the lunch pad at the same time that you're about to come off of it, you'll get the full trajectory while being, you know, heavy. So that is what I was able to do, and that got me onto a windmill that I was able to use to jump out of bounds, and then got into this area early, which is about 70% through the game, I would say. Oop, I missed. We're just going to lure you into the water. Come here. Come here. Come here, come here, come here. Get over here. There we go. That's fine.
Yeah, I did a different skip where I just jumped along a bunch of rocks, and I like skipped to like this other section that's near the end of the game also.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna open this up first. So what we're both kind of working on simultaneously at this point is that we both have to do a series of quests in order to progress the story far enough to unlock the bosses, because all of the bosses are locked behind side quest lines. So that is what we're both working on currently. We're just working on different quest lines, obviously, because we're going to be focusing on different bosses. There are four base game bosses essentially. That we're going to be working on, with the 5th DLC boss, if you're interested, is an incentive. So feel free to donate towards getting that done if it's not already met, and we'll get it done. But yeah, we have basically what our routing is doing is Limmy's only going to be doing one of the bosses, as well as completing like the game, like finishing the end part. and I'm going to be doing the other 3 bosses, but not not hitting the credits. So based off of this category that we invented ourselves, only one completion of like getting to the credits between the 2 of us needs to happen. Of course, you didn't get sprayed by water. Why would you? I need to catch this Buffalocust, which is a flying chicken made of buffalo chicken, as you could probably imagine. I'm going to try it again. Let's see if we can get a little bit lucky. How did that even... I don't even know what happened there. He was able to get the sauce off my trap without going down to it, so I don't know what's going on there. There we go. Let's give that another shot. So we super launched the Buffalocust into the lake because you cannot catch a fiery Bugsnax while it's on fire, as you can imagine. That's going to hurt your hands, so we have to extinguish it. Finally was able to get it. Took way longer than I would have liked to, but, you know, that's how it works sometimes. Now I'm in this interesting little maze part, which is very tricky, so I'm going to focus on that a little bit. And maybe Lemmy will have some updates.
Yeah, I just caught a bunch of Bugsnax I need for one of the quests at the end of the game. I'm going to go back and retroactively do a bunch of quests I need to do. And then everything will from there is going to like come into place. But it just looks like I'm doing random stuff right now. But because I did early peak, pretty much all the areas that I need to go to are unlocked at this point. So I don't need to do the same skips that Conception did to get to Sands. I can just go walk to Sands and cross the bridge.
Alright. I also got trolled on the maze a little bit. Not the worst I've been trolled on this maze, but basically, yeah, we have to lead this black raspy through this maze without capturing it. So we throw a ball down, lure it with its favorite sauce, which is chocolate sauce, and have to get it to the end. But there are 2 enchiritos that are trying to make that very difficult for us. In a regular category, you don't have to worry about catching the enchirito, so you would just stun them and then let this black raspy fly on its own. I went ahead and caught him anyway because I will need some aggressive, meaty Bugsnax, which is their category, as funny as that sounds, in order to complete a quest later on. So I'm just going to hold on to those as long as I can. Come on, talk. There we go. But otherwise, my quest in this area should be done if things went according to plan, which sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. And we're good. Cool. So now I can leave this area by using a little shortcut that gets me over to the next area. It's meant to be a little puzzle, but it's not very hard to figure out, and the pattern stays the same every time. So
it's actually pretty funny because I just got into Bay also using the shortcut to
really?
get this one clue that I need, and then I'm gonna fast travel out.
Yes. So we're both going to the same area, but we're going to be doing vastly different things.
Yeah, and you can already see my map is pretty lit up.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing this area in order to get another character to come back to town, essentially. Their name is Floofty. But I will be doing it, you have to do it similarly by doing a series of quests. So first I needed that noodler, so I captured it by extinguishing it with a cold Bugsnax. Ooh, I just missed. And then was able to capture it from there, which was good. Now we're going to be capturing these. This is a pretty RNG heavy sequence, surprisingly. We're going to see how it goes. I need one of these 2 Kokomite pieces. Sometimes they get stunned, but not like that. We don't want it like that. Come here. There we go.
Yep.
There we go. That'll do.
I guess
You.
well,
What's that now?
nothing.
Oh, sure.
And now I just have to complete some quests with Floofty.
I heard. Oh,
Yeah, it actually works out in this category that I'm doing some of the boring stuff. I'm just doing interviews right now, and Conception is doing a bunch of the exciting stuff.
Yep. That part can be pretty RNG heavy that I just completed, by the way, for a few reasons. One, we need a red Banopper which flies between 3 trees. And it's RNG as to which trees it's hopping between. We hope it hops between, the trees that we throw our trap between, but there's no calling that. And then also we need the Kokomites to behave in a certain way so that we can, oops. What did I miss? Noodler. There we go. Behave in a certain way so we can capture them, and it went pretty well. Nothing too concerning.
He's never. I could.
All right. So we're going to be doing some fast travel. Ideally, we're actually on our way back to like the main hub area on my side to Snacksburg. But because we used a lot of out of bounds to get to where we are, the game is very confused. If I warped back to Snacksburg, it would put me back at like the original game's clearance. But if I walk back, like going through these loading zones, then the game updates to where it thinks I should be based off of where I came from. That is what we'll be working on here. Let's see if I can do a swaggy little catch. Nope. Can't get that swaggy. Need to catch this cheapoof. I was trying to jump in the air and capture it that way, but it didn't work. And then also that didn't work, so that was interesting. There we go. And then now we can warp back.
Yeah, on my screen, I'm just doing this silly little quest where I have to light a bunch of different like torches. There isn't a lot going on, but there is this one funny little optimization I did where I just let myself on fire and lit 3 of them as fast as I could, because that's faster.
Yep. And I'm in a slightly slower section where I have to do a quest line here in order to get over to our first boss pretty soon. Yeah, this is Cromdo. He's like a used car salesman type guy. And he has his quest line gives us access to the first boss that we're going to worry about, which is Moth the Supreme. So we're going to be doing that. His first quest required us to catch a Buffalocust, which we did before, which is why I spent so much time doing it. So that is complete. Very important that we don't feed him that Buffalocust, because then we have to go catch another one. He just wants a caught one. He doesn't want to eat it, which is odd. Most quests have us feed the Bugsnax to people, so. Second quest here is I have to go steal a map from upstairs. I'm going to try and get swaggy. Let's see. Oh, swaggy. Yeah, you can just walk up the stairs normally and go to the map and pick it up. But instead, I go halfway up the stairs and jump and try and catch it in midair because that is funnier to me.
It's so much funnier.
Lemmy actually, I believe, is the one who discovered that, to be honest. So. Pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I just need to load and unload. I might need to sleep, but we'll find out.
Yeah, time for some.
You can
sorry to interrupt. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I'm Bash Prime.
Hi, Bash Prime.
You are Bash Prime. Hi, Bash Prime.
My bestie, Bash Prime.
So I'm pleased to announce that we have hit $1,600.
Woo! Ooh, nice.
For Blue Path Service Dogs. And that's thanks to a couple of donations we just got in. We have $20 from Enamel, who says, I wanted to donate $1 for every death in Ape Out, but I forgot to count the deaths, so let's round it up. And then we also have $5 from Kiwi, who says, Bunger, 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 bunger.
Bunger, bunger. Bunger, bunger, bunger. Thank you for your donations. Well done.
And
well done.
we're... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to ask, how far are we on our incentive? How's that looking?
Yeah, so the bonus DLC boss has been met.
Oh, wonderful!
Well done.
That's great news. Cool. We get to extend it a little bit farther, and we get to see that RNG kind of hellscape of a boss fight. So that'll be fun. We'll see how that goes.
Fun
It's
and
so
not
fun.
luck dependent at all.
Yeah, definitely not luck dependent, but it'll be fun.
We're also really close on that Spelunky bonus co-op eggplant run. It is a pretty ridiculous category where you have to carry an eggplant and not break the eggplant because I guess it's fragile. I'm not a Spelunky enjoyer at the moment, unfortunately, but I've been told it is time. We're $8 away from that being met.
$8? Come on, we got this.
$8. That's like you can get that right now.
Yeah,
if one person donates $8 or 8 people donate also $8, you would have $64. That's a lot of dollars.
I'm actually about to fight the first boss that I'm gonna fight on my side. I think we could get that $8 before this boss fight is over. I think.
It's so good to see you.
I didn't need that actually. Oh, well.
What boss are you fighting right now?
Challenge.
Yes, a challenge is proposed indeed, and I am getting ready to fight Moth the Supreme.
Oh yeah, Matsu's so funny.
Yeah, this is an interesting boss fight that is also a bit RNG dependent, somewhat. It's not overly RNG dependent necessarily, but
it's just
what
a
you
bit
have
painful.
to do, Moth the Supreme, as you can probably tell, is a giant pizza, and it's a giant moth. You know, that's kind of the bug and the snack portion of it. The RNG portion that we need is that, so what we need to do to fight Monster Supreme here is we need, not that one, we need these Bombinos to be extinguished and then pick them up so that we can then launch it. I tried to, but then it got attacked by another one on fire. And then launch it at the Monster Supreme so it gets knocked down, and then we pizza cut it with these pizza cutter things. Unfortunately, I'm getting very, very trolled, and none of them are extinguished, and I can't get any of them extinguished because they keep attacking each other. So
yeah, they just have to walk into like the whirlwinds, and sometimes it happens, and sometimes they just become catchable, and sometimes they just don't get extinguished.
Yes,
and they just fight each other.
It is quite annoying. There we go. But I was able to get one, luckily, finally. So we have to do 3 hits on this boss, which is what we're going to be doing. Just need some more hits. Didn't mean to get in there, though. The third phase is the most annoying by far. Let's see. Please hit before you leave. Thank you.
Be on your toes.
Oop, didn't mean to catch that either. Somehow caught a Bombino instead of hitting the thing I needed to hit, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I'm getting into my first and only boss fight right now.
Yes. But you might think, oh, well, Lemmy's just going to finish, like, exponentially faster. Not the case. Not the case. Because Lemmy is going to also be doing the end game, which takes a considerable amount of time to complete. So, oh, nice. I got a pretty favorable last phase. The last phase is different, so we can't launch... we can't launch a Bombino at the...
I'm not on fire anymore?
Phase.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. But instead what we have to do is... it has a giant cyclone that's like right below it, and we have to throw a Bombino into that giant cyclone and hope it hits, which sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. So that's just how it goes. Trying to dodge all these cutscenes, easier said than done.
Yeah, for my fight, it's done a bit differently. It's just a big birthday cake, like a big spider birthday cake. It's really silly, and the strategy is just to light myself on fire and light the candles that it has on its... It almost knocked me off of the map.
Of course it did.
I just light all the candles on its body with my flaming body, and that's the cycles could be done basically. For some reason, on the first one, I just got caught not on fire, but that second one I got it, and hopefully this last one I can get because it's the easiest of the 3.
Just toss one for this one. Okay. Then we're back to Snacksburg.
Okay, I got this last one.
I'm doing a little bit of traveling around here to catch some certain Bugsnax because we're going to be doing a lot of quests simultaneously right here and turning them in. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to try and talk to my good friend Chanlo, the fan favorite. Chanlo is an absolute Chad for sure. A little bit of a himbo, but we love that. You know, nothing wrong with that.
My goat.
I'm going to be just interviewing him, essentially to start any side quest line, we have to interview them first. Everyone has its own like interview pattern that is faster or slower to do depending. But we try to do all of the fastest options if possible.
Also, if you looked at my screen, you can just see I fell through a door. Yeah, I placed a trap right there in a specific spot to just, if I jump at it at a specific angle, I can just like kind of clip through the door. Now I'm at the end of the game.
Yep.
So if you don't want spoilers for the end of the game, don't look at my screen.
What is this thing?
And I am getting set up for our second boss fight. I actually was getting a little bit set up for my second and third boss fight total. But we're doing the large amount of work to get boss fight number 2 underway, which is going to be the Mega Maki through our good friend Wiggle here.
It's slimy and cold, and
Your Mega Maki will be perfect, I'm telling you right now.
Oh no.
It's gonna be me to your Mega Maki.
Yeah, Lemmy just did an all bosses solo run not too long ago for a different marathon and had like one of the best Mega Makis I've ever seen. Mega Maki fights, I should say. So I have a lot to live up to essentially. All right. So one more quest here. Oh, actually, I probably need to do a warp out and in. Yes, I do.
That?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
for a lot of the boss fights to activate, you have to like leave the area then come back. For Snorby, it doesn't really matter that much,
No.
just because I have to leave the area to finish the quest anyways, or to activate it anyways. So it's not too bad.
Oh, don't do this twice. I didn't know if you didn't read the mailbox thing. Like, he'll just keep doing that dialogue until you actually do it.
Oh yeah, he just keeps doing it.
I did not know that, so I warped in and out, and that didn't, I had to do that little cutscene twice, but that's okay. All right, so here we are. We're heading on over to the Megamaki fight. Now, how Megamaki works, so Megamaki is a giant sushi, dragon or serpent. It's kind of up for interpretation, I think. What you do is Megamaki will be either swimming or flying around, and a bunch of these pillars will come out of the ground inside the water. Basically, you need to set a trap that the Megamaki will then hit, and then it will explode into smaller pieces, the mini-makis. Like if you're eating a sushi roll, it has the smaller pieces of a larger roll, right? You got to catch all of the smaller pieces, and then once you catch all the smaller pieces, you'll catch the head. Again, it's usually done in 3 phases. All the boss fights are pretty much done in 3 phases in this game.
I just realized that it could just be a dragon roll. I think that's just a dragon roll.
Yeah, probably a dragon roll is my interpretation. But there's, dragons usually have wings. This one doesn't have wings, but also it's made of sushi, so there are no rolls.
I also got the gauntlet, like, signpost get on the free thing.
Oh, nice. Let's go. So, the parkour movement. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for what Limmy's talking about there is when you're heading towards the gauntlet, there's one skinny signpost that you can jump on, and then to jump onto the trees and walk across as opposed to falling all the way down and then taking the bridge across. And it probably saves like a second, maybe 2.
Yeah, it's just more swag than anything, and it costs time if you miss it, just like the very slightest amount of time. But it's really funny.
Yeah.
Everyone ever goes for it all the time.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if you get it, it's time save, technically. All right, so here's Megamaki. Okay, I could not remember which pattern it was going to be, but there we go. So Megamaki starts off in the water. Please fall into that before. Cool. And then, as you can see, kind of an explosion of pieces here. Cool. The most you typically can get per phase is 3. But you can get 4, maybe even up to 5. It just kind of depends. But it doesn't make the fight any faster if you get more necessarily, because it will just shrink the time of the next phase. So it's not like you can just skip a phase by catching a bunch of them. Ooh, I made a mistake and threw out something I shouldn't have, so I'm gonna have to catch something else later. Not a big deal though.
I don't remember what it's called. The grapple thing. It just kept hitting the floor, and I couldn't break the Pocahontas.
Oh boy,
it just kept
that's
hitting
rough.
the floor. Yeah. The gauntlet is pretty simple. It's just kind of just like execution test on all the tools you're supposed to use throughout like the game. And that's kind of all it is. It's just like a long auto-scroller.
Yeah, pretty much. I also made a mistake here with this fight, and I thought I set up a trap in a really good spot, but it went behind the pillar as opposed to in front of it, and that ruined my my strategy. Not great, but all right, just extends this phase ever so slightly longer. Not a big deal, though. We're going to get the rest right here. Ooh, got caught in the mid-air. Pretty cool catch.
Take that, Grumpy Naughty!
I don't know why I'm getting flashbacks to the roller coaster level in Sunshine. Just
Yeah.
the precision of the roller coaster. Not quite
Yeah.
the same, but
It has that vibe for sure. It has that vibe. But finally, that fight is done. A little slower than I would have liked, but otherwise okay. And the unexpected good part of my section here is that I get to end with the easiest boss, so which is pretty cool. So I do like that. Oh, I do need to catch something else, right? I need a third aggressive meaty. So what would be the fastest one to grab here? Probably... No, I'll just get the Sandpede and Falls real quick.
I missed a barrel, and it just got one of the ones out of the next wave, so the barrel didn't explode where it should have.
Oh, no. Yeah, barrels is by far one of the more annoying games that you can do. I hesitate to call them games because it's like a challenge, I guess. But it's definitely the hardest part of the gauntlet. Definitely the most annoying to deal with. So, and it likes to not cooperate all the time, which is also unfortunate.
Can I read a donation or two?
Yeah, you got it.
So we got some more donations coming in. We got $10 from Young Toonfish who says, snacks, less than 3.
Very
And
good.
we have $2 from Leica in Space who says, here's 1/4 of the $8 bug swags. And indeed, we're only $6 away from the bonus co-op eggplant run. I sold that short, actually. You're supposed to bring this like very fragile, very easily breakable eggplant and manage that along with like other items as you slowly descend into hell to fight, I guess, the true final boss. So
What a sentence that you just said.
yeah, and you can
I
do
think,
that
I think
and
that's
for
a new
$6.
sentence.
That's possible. You too can bring the. Are there eggplants in this game? There's got to be, right?
I think so.
I don't think so. Where would
What
it
the
be?
heck?
I can't
Wait,
think
no,
of
you're
it.
right. No, I don't think so. I think there's okay, no. I think there's no eggplant bug snack, but I think there's eggplants in the undersnacks, like in the walls.
Oh, yes,
I mean, I guess
definitely.
do they count as snacks though?
I would say they count as snacks, but not bug snacks, probably, because they're not bugs.
They're just regular fruits and vegetables down there.
Yeah. You have just
Yeah,
some
chat.
regular-
Let's
regular
discuss
food.
let's discuss the whether they're eligible to be called a snack or not.
Yeah. Can we get a weigh in, please?
Yeah, can we make like a chat poll or something?
By the way, we're also $35 away from the Stardew Valley, appropriately enough, adopt a pet incentive. Because that's what we're here for, right? We're here for adopting service dogs. It's fantastic.
Very, very important. Very, very important. Nope, can't do it. So I am actually heading into my last boss fight of the 3, which is Mama Melon, a giant watermelon. So I'll be completing that pretty quickly. This fight goes decently fast, so we don't have to worry about it too much. I'm gonna throw that there in preparation. Not quite right there, actually.
I won't let them take my garden.
That's better.
There's hardly any garden left.
And then after I defeat this boss and hand it in, that'll be time on my side, and I feel like we're pretty lined up. We're probably going to be pretty close to finishing
Yeah,
our
I'm-
respective routes at the same time, to be
Would you
honest.
mind helping out? Just a
I'm
minute
doing
while
the
I
last
check
section of the
this out.
gauntlet, and then I'll have the beach, and then that's it.
So how Mama Melon fight works is, as you can see, she has these little baby melons, right? And you trick her by fake capturing her babies, and then she gets mad, runs into a pillar like this, and then I drop a little spike on her, basically. One more time for this phase.
Bunger.
Actually,
thank you.
now that I think about it, this fight only has 2 phases, actually. This first
No, you have to
phase-
hit it 3 times, and then you have the extra last hit phase.
Sure, yeah. So if you count a phase as a hit, then it has 4 phases actually. But I was thinking more like the first phase where you have to capture the babies, and then the second phase where Chandler just grabs one.
Yeah.
Come on, we're not gonna make it.
Your Honor, they're girlfriends.
I don't know if we're timing this separately, but I'll call it anyway. Time is coming up for me, but we're probably just gonna have it end when Lemmy finishes their route. But time on my end.
Yeah, then I'll be done in like less than a minute, honestly.
Yeah, so we're pretty close. While Lemmy is finishing up, I'll get set up for our incentive boss fight. Actually,
Y'all made it happen, everybody. Good
yeah,
job.
thank you so much for those donations to make this happen. I appreciate it. You get to see a pretty cool new boss fight from the DLC that came out last April, so pretty cool.
If I miss this, I'm trying again.
Hey, buddy. Are you ready?
Okay, I missed. Cool. Trying again.
Perfect. No.
I missed again. Last try.
Hey, buddy. Are you
Okay,
ready
there we
to
go.
All right.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's a real run because I hit Philbo on the head with a shell.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a few unspoken rules. One, you have to hit Philbo with the shell. Two, you have to hit Wambus with sauce before the secret sauce part of the gauntlet finishes, or else they don't count.
I didn't do that second one because there was a bugger that was left over.
Oh,
But yeah, time.
Hey.
GG's.
GG's. Yeah, Bash, after seeing all that game, do you think Smash Bros is better or do you think Bugsnax is better?
Yeah.
That's like you're comparing apples and oranges, which are both coincidentally snacks.
You can almost
say-
ledge dash in this game, so they're really just the same.
How similar to Metroid Prime is Bugsnax? When will Bugsnax Remastered come out?
If you go out of bounds, Bugsnax is the Metroidvania. Yeah, you just do everything everywhere all at the same time.
I mean, what Young Horses should have done was just make this game super unfinished and then sold 10 million copies in 3 days.
Yeah, you're so right,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. They decided to go the route of making a competent game from launch, which is interesting, but you know.
I mean, Slay,
anyway,
I guess.
What did our time end up being on that, out of curiosity?
Looking like a 33-minute, 24-second run.
Yep, that seems pretty on par with what we usually do. So
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So
I
now
timed
guess-
from the first load. At least for me, I got a 33:18. So
Nice. I didn't even bother throwing up a timer this time around for some reason, but that's good. That's a pretty solid time. But now we're ready to do our incentive boss fight here. Now you can kind of get a little preview of what the boss is here, but it's called the Cheddar Bortle Rex. It's basically a giant charcuterie board. So we're gonna start the boss fight if we're ready. I don't know if we're gonna time it separately or not. It's not like it's its own category or anything like that, so it doesn't matter. But not timing separately. Cool. So we're just gonna get started. So Cheddar Bortle Rex. This fight is essentially just an RNG fest. There's not a lot of necessarily quote-unquote skill that needs to go into it to get it done. Basically what we do is, as you can see, Cheddar Bortle Rex picks up these giant Ched orbs, is what they're called, giant cheese balls. And then over various things, we have to launch the Ched orbs back at the Cheddar Bortle in order to break that glass shell that he has. But as you can see, other Cheddar Bortles love to get in the way because when he throws, now it's not going to land. So that is the part of the RNG stuff that I was talking about. If another Ched orb gets in my way while Cheddar Bortle Rex throws a Ched orb, that's a hard sentence to say, then I just have to wait for another phase. So hopefully no interferences this time. It's looking close. Good. Then we can launch. The good thing is we don't have to line up the launch. It will automatically hit it if we're able to get it in the wall. So into the launcher, I should say. That is the first phase complete. The second phase is similar to the first, but slightly different. So what we need to do first is the launchers are protected by these rocks. So we need to use this shrinking spice and then scare a Ched orb in order to breaking them apart, basically. Well, he's throwing rocks, so I have time to set up the next one, actually. Okay, go over there. Go get the other one. You don't have anything in your hand to throw, so I don't know, like, this is part of the RNG-ness. Sometimes it goes to pick up a Ched orb. It's like programmed to pick up a Ched orb that I already shrank, so it can't do anything with it. So, but I have no idea of knowing what Ched orb is going to pick to throw. So, you just kind of have to wait and hope for the best. Alright, so that one's going to be fine. Launch. Head on over to the second launcher here. And wait for that one. Oh, that was a pretty quick pickup, so that's solid. Cool. Now the third phase, this boss fight actually has 4 phases as well. The third phase is by far the most annoying because he likes to not. This at least in my experience, tends to be the phase that he likes to not participate properly the most. Is that still gonna count? Nope, never mind. Basically, now the launchers are up on the ceiling, so he has to throw the Ched orbs, same as before, but they have to like make it to the ceiling. So not only can Ched orbs get in your way and ruin it like they did for the first round there, but usually, for some reason, whenever he does this phase, he will almost immediately go to throwing rocks right after. So sometimes, yep, I hit the Ched orb there. So sometimes when he throws the rocks, he'll block the Ched orb that you launched at him. Sometimes it's worth waiting until he finishes launching the rocks before you launch the Ched orb. But then that's a little bit slower, so it's an interesting trade-off to have to make. But I was able to get one down, so we just gotta get the second one. And then the fourth phase is actually the easiest one, probably. So, throw that. Please don't throw rocks. Cool, so we got lucky there. That's nice. So the Ched orbs are gone, so they won't get in our way anymore, thankfully. Oh, that Ched orb is stuck. That's interesting. Ched orb stuck in the corner. We get our giant buggy ball. Essentially what the DLC is, by the way, it's called the Isle of Bugsnax. So it takes Bugsnax and then it makes them huge. And then that incorporates a lot of different challenges to it. So we have a giant buggy ball as opposed to the regular size one I was using in the regular thing. And then we just have to quickly do this puzzle while the Ched orb decides to throw rocks at us. Luckily enough for us, we don't have like health, so we don't have to worry about like dying or anything like that. It's more like just an annoyance. And then also, like, the rocks make it so the screen is shaky, so it can throw off a fast cycle if we happen to get one lined up. I got a decent cycle here, not the fastest, but not the worst either. And then it auto launches. The shell then breaks. We're going to use that shrinking spice to shrink it back down to size and then catch it. We just need a good launch pace. There we go. And caught, and then the last part of it is we just have to. Oh, actually no. Usually the last part of it is you have to turn it in for a quest, but I just did a replay of the boss fight, so I don't have to worry about it. That's the Cheddar Bortle Rex fight. That's the bonus DLC boss. And that's it. Thank you so much for donating to make that happen. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate it so much. You have no idea.
Yes. Yeah, that was a pretty, even though I complained a lot about those Ched orb phases, that was actually a pretty normal fight because you get trolled almost every time. So you just get used to it. So
yeah, it's just getting trolled, but being prepared for it this time. That's the only difference.
Exactly. It's all in the mindset. It's all in the mindset. Anything you want to plug or shout out, Lemmy?
Follow my boy Conception SR. He's so cool. He speedruns. He streams sometimes. He has a Hotfix show.
I do. Yep. I have a show on GDQ Hotfix. It's awfully silly. So if you like, if you're a fan of the awful or silly block at GDQ events, come by every other Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern to see what I cooked up for that week. Because we get it. We get the games of all time.
Yeah. Follow me also.
Yes.
That
was
cool
going to be my plug. At limga_SSB for Twitch. Follow them. They do incredible speedruns, Wipeout, Lizard versus the Cats, Bugsnax, Monkey Ball. You got a lot of variety there. Plus
some Smash Bros occasionally, like in my name.
Some Smash Bros occasionally. It's in the name. Maybe even some Splatoon from now and then. Every now and then. You never know.
That game is so cool.
Hey, now the charcuterie boss had some marble rolling in it, so there's that comparison.
Yeah, this game is just Monkey Ball actually.
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer it was a Monkey Ball level as opposed to what I have to do, but that's fine. Yeah, if you're interested in Bugsnax speedrunning, by the way, speedrun.com/Bugsnax, you can get a link to our Discord there. There's also a subreddit called Bugsnax Speedrunning. So if you have questions, it's not not a lot of people use that, but if you have questions, feel free to post them in there. Mods or whoever else in the community will be able to give you some help. If you need it. But very friendly community, very easy to get into speedrunning this game, very accessible. So and it's available on every platform. So
yeah, it took me literally just like an afternoon to learn how to do 80%. And then I invented new categories. So
I
can do the same.
Yeah, we've been Lemmy has been instrumental in inventing fun new categories, which has been really cool. And as far as any percent goes, I was able to have my partner on stream once do it with my guidance, beginning to end in 45 minutes, and she has never speedrun anything. So
she doesn't really even play FPS games, does she?
No, she doesn't like FPS games. She doesn't like first-person perspective at all, but she loves Bugsnax, so
Yeah.
that works out. But
So
yeah,
this game is
there
super
you
easy to get into. Please play it. Please get it. Please
and
play
it's
it.
cheap. It's on Xbox Game Pass if you have Xbox Game Pass for PC or Xbox. It's often on sale on Steam or the Epic Game Store. I've even seen it on sale somewhat in Switch and often in PlayStation. Actually, it's part of the new PlayStation Plus program thing as well. It's in there too. So, yeah, play it.
Yeah, but before you get it and play it, watch the rest of this marathon. Donate to this marathon. This marathon
Yes.
is so cool. You should donate. I think the next run is like one of the only like I think there's like 5 solo runs in this entire like marathon. I think like the next run is one of them. So very rare occurrence. You should check
Yeah.
it out.
Yep, stick around, use that money, donate towards getting some service pubs.
Yep. And I think that's it from us. So goodbye.
Yep, that's it. Bye-bye.
Goodbye,
thanks.
everybody.